Here's something most people don't know. That feel-good chemical your body runs on, the one that shapes your mood, your sleep, your appetite, about 90% of it isn't made in your brain. It's made in your gut. And once you understand that, the way you think about food changes completely. I'm going to walk you through 8 foods that researchers have actually studied for their role in supporting gut health, and through that, potentially supporting how you feel from day to day. Stick around, because we'll come back to that brain chemical and explain exactly why it matters. Welcome to Alan Art Health. I'm glad you're here. On this channel, we cover nutrition, weight management, mental wellness, and what the research actually says about living a healthier life. If that sounds like your kind of thing, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our weekly uploads. Now let's get into it. Why gut health matters for your mind. A lot of us are dealing with 2 things at once: gut stuff like bloating, indigestion, or IBS, and mental stuff like stress, anxiety, or that heavy brain fog that won't lift. We tend to treat those as 2 separate problems, but research increasingly shows they're not. Johns Hopkins research suggests gut irritation may contribute to mood changes. That's part of why people with chronic digestive issues like IBS so often also struggle with anxiety or low mood. The connection runs both ways. A poor diet, think low fiber, high sugar, heavily processed, can throw off the balance of bacteria in your gut, and that imbalance may contribute to inflammation that reaches the brain. The flip side is genuinely encouraging. When you feed your gut well, you may also be supporting your mental well-being. Think of your gut as a second brain, because in a very real biological sense, that's what it is. Let's look at 8 foods that may help support both sides of that equation based on what the science currently suggests. Number 1, yogurt. Let's start with one of the most well-known gut-friendly foods, yogurt with live cultures. The key here is the probiotics, beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus that can help support a balanced gut microbiome. Research from the University of Virginia found that lactobacillus strains, the same kind you'd find in fermented foods, may play a role in how the body manages stress responses. Studies suggest that these microbes might also influence the production of certain brain chemicals, though scientists are still working out exactly how that connection works. For the gut itself, a good probiotic-rich yogurt may help ease things like bloating or irregularity by supporting a healthier microbial balance. Tip: go for plain unsweetened Greek or regular yogurt. The live active cultures label is what you're looking for. Too much added sugar can actually feed the bacteria you don't want. Lactose intolerant or vegan? Kefir coconut yogurt or almond-based yogurt with added probiotic cultures are solid alternatives. Start small and see how your body responds. Number 2, kimchi and sauerkraut. Fermented vegetables are another powerhouse for the gut. Kimchi and sauerkraut are both made through lactofermentation, a process that creates a rich environment of beneficial bacteria. Many people find that adding these to their diet helps ease constipation and bloating, likely by supporting stomach acidity and digestive enzyme activity. What caught researchers' attention is the potential connection to mood. One study of young adults found that those who ate more fermented foods reported fewer symptoms of social anxiety, particularly if they were already prone to anxious feelings. The probiotics in these foods may help produce compounds like GABA, a naturally calming neurotransmitter, and may help lower inflammation. Kimchi also brings B vitamins and antioxidants from ingredients like ginger, garlic, and chili. Tip: kimchi not your thing? Start with milder sauerkraut. Just look for unpasteurized versions in the refrigerated section, since the live bacteria don't survive the pasteurization process. Miso, tempeh naturally fermented pickles, and kombucha are other options. Watch the sodium content and enjoy these as part of a varied diet. Number 3, oats and whole grains. If probiotics are the bacteria themselves, then prebiotics are what you feed them, and whole grains are one of the best sources of prebiotic fiber out there. Oats, barley, quinoa, brown rice, whole wheat, these all have fiber intact that refined grains have stripped away. When your gut bacteria ferment these fibers, they produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids, including butyrate, which helps nourish the lining of your colon and can help reduce inflammation. Once produced, SCF, as like butyrate, enter the bloodstream. From there, they may influence the brain through multiple pathways, including the vagus nerve, the immune system, and possibly the blood-brain barrier itself. This is why what you eat can affect how you feel. A recent clinical study found that increasing prebiotic fiber intake meaningfully improved daily mood in participants, not just gut health. Tip: a bowl of oatmeal in the morning is one of the easiest wins here. Gluten-sensitive, quinoa, buckwheat, or certified gluten-free oats are great swaps. The general rule: choose less processed, higher fiber grains over white bread or sugary cereals. Ramp up your fiber intake gradually and drink plenty of water. Your digestive system will thank you. Number 4. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens. Leafy greens are genuinely fantastic for your gut, and the reasons go deeper than just they have fiber. Scientists discovered a specific sugar in leafy greens called sulfoquinovose that appears to selectively feed beneficial gut bacteria, helping the good guys thrive and crowd out the harmful ones. Diets high in leafy greens are associated with greater gut microbial diversity, which researchers generally view as a marker of a healthier gut. As the bacteria break down the fiber, they produce anti-inflammatory compounds that may also influence brain function. Leafy greens are also packed with folate, a B vitamin that's essential for making key brain neurotransmitters, and low folate has been consistently linked to depression in research. Add in the magnesium and polyphenols, and you have foods that support both the gut and the nervous system. Tip: aim for at least a cup of greens a day. Throw spinach into a smoothie or omelet, saute kale with garlic, stir greens into soups. If raw salads feel hard on your stomach, cooked greens are gentler. Broccoli, Brussels, sprouts, and asparagus offer similar benefits, so rotate and mix things up. Variety matters. Number 5. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. Beyond tasting great, these are loaded with fiber and polyphenols, particularly anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their color. Here's the interesting part. Polyphenols largely pass through your stomach undigested and reach your colon, where your gut microbes actually break them down. That process feeds beneficial bacteria and may increase microbial diversity. Berries have been getting serious attention in the field of nutritional psychiatry because of their potential neuroprotective properties. Diets rich in blueberries have been associated with better memory and mood, particularly in older adults. Animal studies suggest berry compounds may reduce oxidative stress in the brain. From the gut side, berries may support a stronger gut lining and help cultivate bacteria that produce calming neurotransmitters. Tip: fresh or frozen unsweetened berries both work. Throw blueberries into your yogurt or oatmeal. Blend strawberries in a smoothie, or have a handful of raspberries as a dessert. Frozen mixed berries are a budget-friendly option when fresh aren't in season. Pomegranates, cherries, grapes, and green tea offer similar polyphenol benefits. The key: skip the sugary jam version. That's not the same thing. Number 6. Fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, trout. These oily fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Most people know omega-3s are good for the brain and heart, but fewer realize they also have a role in the gut. Research suggests omega-3s may help balance gut bacteria, support gut cell energy, and produce anti-inflammatory compounds, contributing to a healthier gut environment that in turn may benefit the brain. The mental health data on omega-3s is some of the most consistent in nutrition research. Higher omega-3 intake has been linked to lower rates of depression and anxiety symptoms across multiple studies. EPA and DHA are structural components of brain cell membranes and help regulate serotonin and dopamine pathways. In clinical research, omega-3 supplementation has shown modest positive effects on mood in people with depression. Tip: aim for fatty fish about twice a week, grilled salmon, sardines on whole grain toast, mackerel in a salad. Not a fish eater? Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts contain plant-based omega-3, ALA, though the conversion to EPA and DHA is limited. Algae-based omega-3 supplements are an option for vegans. Check with your healthcare provider on dosage. Bake or steam, rather than deep fry to keep the healthy fats intact. Number 7. Walnuts, nuts, and seeds. Walnuts are kind of in their own category when it comes to gut-brain research. They bring fiber, polyphenols, and plant-based omega-3s all in one package. In a clinical trial, people who ate walnuts daily for several weeks developed measurably healthier gut bacteria profiles compared to those who didn't. Walnuts appear to act as a prebiotic, supporting bacteria that produce those beneficial short-chain fatty acids we talked about earlier. A 2022 study looked at stressed college students during exam season. Those who ate about half a cup of walnuts daily reported better mood and mental well-being compared to the control group who showed rising stress and declining mood over the same period. Walnuts contain tryptophan, an amino acid that the body may use as a building block in serotonin production, as well as antioxidants like vitamin E and polyphenols that may help reduce inflammation. Tip: a small handful of raw or lightly roasted nuts as a daily snack is a simple habit. Ground flaxseed in oatmeal, pumpkin seeds in salads, almond or peanut butter on apple slices. Easy ways to add variety. About an ounce is a good serving size since nuts are calorie dense. Tree nut allergy? Flax, chia, hemp, and sunflower seeds are solid alternatives. Just look for natural butters without added sugar or hydrogenated oils. Number 8. Beans and legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, split peas. These are probably the most underrated gut-friendly foods on this list. They are loaded with prebiotic fibers like resistant starch and oligosaccharides, which your gut bacteria absolutely love. As those bacteria digest the fiber, they produce butyrate and other SCFAs that help dampen gut inflammation and may also signal the brain, potentially reducing cortisol and supporting the release of mood-related neurotransmitters. Legumes also help stabilize blood sugar, which prevents those late afternoon energy crashes that leave you irritable and foggy. They're rich in B vitamins and minerals that support neurotransmitter production. Populations that eat legumes regularly, like those following a Mediterranean diet pattern, tend to have lower rates of depression. Researchers partly attribute that to the gut-brain benefits of consistent fiber intake. Tip: a meatless Monday with lentil soup or chickpea stir-fry is an easy entry point. Or just swap half the ground meat in your tacos for black beans. You'll barely notice the difference, but your gut will. If beans cause gas, introduce them slowly. Start with lentils or soaked dark-sprouted beans. Cook them well and try adding cumin, ginger, or bay leaf while cooking. These spices can help with digestibility. Hummus counts too. Give your gut a few weeks to adjust and it'll thank you. The big reveal: serotonin and your gut. Okay, so that feel-good chemical we mentioned at the top. It's serotonin, a key neurotransmitter involved in regulating mood, sleep, and appetite. And here's the part that still surprises people. Roughly 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut, not the brain. The friendly bacteria in your intestines are actively involved in manufacturing serotonin, along with other neurochemicals like dopamine and GABA. Serotonin is the best studied example. Dopamine and GABA are also produced in the gut, though their brain connection is still being researched. When the gut microbiome is out of balance, it can potentially affect those levels, which may influence how you feel. By consistently eating foods that support your gut, probiotics, prebiotic fibers, omega-3s, polyphenols, you're helping to create the conditions for a better functioning gut-brain system. That's the core insight here. It doesn't mean eat yogurt and your anxiety disappears? That's not how this works, and that's not what the research says. But it does mean that what you consistently put on your plate has a real measurable effect on the bacterial ecosystem in your gut, and that ecosystem has a real connection to your brain. So let's bring it together. The 8 foods we covered: yogurt, fermented vegetables, whole grains, leafy greens, berries, fatty fish, walnuts and seeds, and beans, are all well-studied, accessible, and easy to work into a regular diet. They may support better digestion, a stronger gut lining, and reduced inflammation. And through the gut-brain axis, they are associated with potential benefits for mood and mental resilience. None of this is a magic fix, and these foods are not a substitute for medical care. If you're dealing with a specific health condition, digestive, mental, or otherwise, please work with your healthcare provider. But as part of a balanced lifestyle, these are some of the most well-supported choices you can make. Your gut is unique, so pay attention to how you feel as you experiment. Maybe it's a daily handful of walnuts, or a weekly batch of lentil soup, or adding berries to your morning oatmeal. Small, consistent changes tend to be the ones that actually stick. If you found this useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Drop your favorite gut-friendly recipe in the comments, or let us know if you've noticed a difference in how you feel after changing up your diet. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to Alan Art Health for weekly videos on nutrition, exercise, weight management, and mental wellness. And remember, a healthier gut really can mean a better feeling you. See you in the next one.